surname, please?
Nolusindiso Booi.
Okay. One more time.
Nolusindiso Booi.
Happy? Okay, let's go.
Nolusindiso, thanks for your time. After last week's game, how are the ladies feeling going into a test match? I know the Barbarians, it was a bit of a fun kind of outing, but yeah.
Everyone is excited to play the test because playing against Barbarians was one of our preparations for today and for the WXV in order to us to get to the World Cup feeling confident enough.
I remember the last test against Spain, we all watched it on some grainy online footage, and it was such an exciting game, and you guys just pulled off the victory there. What lessons did you learn from that going into Thursday's match again?
We know that each and every team go back home and prepared. We know that it's not going to be an easy one, but with the way that we prepared for it, we're going to make sure that we are winning the game, coming home with the points.
You've got a very exciting backline, of course, but it's you guys up front that must win that front football and get over that advantage line. Where do you see the biggest challenges for your team against Spain?
I'm not quite too sure about that because we don't want to focus more on the opposition, but all we want to do, we want to dominate our set pieces and make sure that we set the good platform for our backlines, because our backline is good. So if ever we give them the good ball, they will do magics for us.
The lineouts are always a tricky thing at any level of rugby. You know, if it's the throw or the lifter isn't in place or the jumper isn't quite. How do you find? Are you confident with your lineouts at the moment?
I can say yes, because we're working with our coaches. Then they made sure that wherever they see that we are not good on something or sharp, we go back and then we fix it. So with the plan that we have, I think we will be good.
So you speak about working with coaches. How's it been working with the new coaching staff?
For us, we know that coaches come and go, so whoever that is coming to work with us, we don't make it a big deal. And also with the coaches, they also make things easier for us. We are confident enough to say that working with them is not a bad thing at all.
Cindy, obviously last weekend we saw you guys being able to play at the DHL Stadium. Nadine said yes, many are calling it a curtain raiser to the Springbok game, but for you guys it was more than just that. Again, tomorrow you get a chance to do that. Does that show us how much the women's game has improved, that you are now being allowed the opportunity to play at the big stadiums, and it's not just at a city park or any of the other stadiums in the city at the moment?
I'll say that for us it is a big thing, as Nadine mentioned, because when we go to these countries, those teams, they're playing it with big crowd and in big fields. So for us, it's also a good thing to start on, and also playing before our guys, it was a big motivation for us, because it also gives us that confidence of winning, so that whoever that was there can come and watch us and support us.
Fantastic. Last week's game against Barbarians, like Ashfa mentioned, it's a bit of a flashy game, and it's just the nature of it. I mentioned to one of your coaches, I said, look at you guys doing the Barbarians on the Barbarians, if I can put it that way. But how important was it for you guys to still be able to stick to your structures and your plans in a game where it's so loose when it comes to just the style of play that you guys performed last weekend?
With that, we always have a plan, and by all means we are trying to implement that, and knowing that Barbarians are players from different countries and different skills, so we made sure that with that we know that they're going to get tired, because some of them, they are no longer playing, but we made sure that we stick to our plan as a team.
I like that. We saw yesterday that big news again that the under-20 championships will be taking place. That again just shows how serious we are being taken when it comes to women's rugby. That must encourage you, knowing that there are players and national players coming through the ranks to one day, if not play with you or kind of take over from you guys.
For me, I'm so happy with the way the program is, because those under-20s, if you can now check on our squad, you will see that those players are coming from those under-16, under-18s, under-20s. So with the program is working so well, because they also produce for the senior team, and when they come ready.
We mentioned that coaches earlier, Slois de Bruin, we know him as a real attacking mindset kind of coach. Is he pushing that with you guys and trying to show you guys and teach you guys new tricks sort of on attack?
On that, yes, because he wants the first game, the game that is moving, so he is trying to give us some new tricks, of which the girls are buying on that.
And in terms of a test match, sometimes it's difficult to do that because you know the battle gets tight and it's a fight up front and you want to win those set pieces. But are the ladies sort of embracing that kind of culture change within the team of using the ball a bit more with your hands? And
sometimes I know it's become difficult, but and when it turns to that, we know that we'll play the situation that is in front of us, but we are buying to do exactly what the coaches are trying to implement or teach us.
Cindy, you guys had a camp out in the Eastern Cape leading up to Barbarians game. You stayed together now ahead of the test tomorrow. Then you stay together continuously for the WXV. That must really bode well for this team, knowing that you guys are spending so much time together, really gelling, creating that culture that's important for any Springbok team, and then being able to work day in, day out when it comes to your plans for WXV, which ultimately is a stepping stone to the Rugby World Cup next year.
We really appreciate that, because in most cases, if we are not together for a lot of time, that's where the problems start. At least now we are having enough time to prepare and plan. So for us, we appreciate that. We feel like it's a good thing because it's helping us to get things into details and make sure that we have enough time for preparations.
Cool. I'm happy.
Sidi, kubaluleke kangakanani uba nikwazi uthatha momentum from la mdlalo we-Barbarians niyofaka kulo we-Spain Homs?
Kubaluleke kakhulu kuba sinqwenela abantu bawubona umdlalo wethu ba ungumdlalo ofanayo nabantu abangobhuti. Ayisongabo bodwa that abanokwazi udlala irugby, nathi siyakwazi udlala, and loo nto leyo izasinceda ngokuthi sidlale ngelaa hlobo esidlale ngalo kuze sofumana abalandeli abaninzi.
No, so buziwe ngo-Coach Swiss, igalelo analo kwiqela kweli xesha afike ngalo lingakanani?
Unegalelo elikhulu kakhulu adlalayo kuthi kuba ungumntu ohle uyasikhuthaza amaxesha amaninzi, uyasibonisa nendlela uma sihamba nehlobo masihlale ngalo, and uba ngaba ikhona into esingayiqondiyo kakuhle akadinga kusibonisa uba uyifuna kanjani na.
Nje elokugqibela abalandeli bangalindela ntoni kuningomso against Spain?
Siyacala kakhulu abalandeli bazosibukela, sizawudlala kakuhle, sizawubabonisa kangangokuzingca kwethu, sizawuzama ukhupha umdlalo omhle ukuthi bonke abantu babe nomdla wozosibukela nakwezi games zethu ze-WXV zizabe zisashekile.